In this video, we are going to discuss about paid time off and accruals in OfficeClip. This presentation will be focused on how to set up accruals for the employees. When the administrator logs on to the time off, they see this admin feature here, where they can go into the admin and then they can see various options for admin. The first option is to assign approver, where each employee can be assigned an approver who can approve their time off. The next option is to set up the different categories and accruals. And then there are other options for the labels and for the users. Let's see how an employee can request a time off. To request a time off, they log into the time off application and then click on new request. The time off category can be selected from here, which also shows the balance for the time off for them for this particular year. Now in this case, the sick balance is 9.89 hours, so we'll select that and we'll select a time off for tomorrow. And we can all select it for 8 hours, or we can select hourly time off for a fraction of a day. So let's select it for 2 hours here, and let's select the date. A date we have already selected here, so let's select the time from 9 a.m. and you click on submit here. Once submitted, an email goes to the approver saying that the time off is requested. Now the approver can click on this button here to get to the approve screen, as will be shown here. Now when the supervisor logs in, the supervisor sees the approve option here, and they can take a look at all the pending time offs. So in this particular case, this is the time off I just requested, and it can either be approved or rejected. So let's approve it for now. Once we approve the time off, the person who requested the time off now gets an email saying that the time off is approved. And also the team can look at the calendar to see who has requested the time off. So let's go into February 1st, and we see one entry here saying that from 9 to 11 o'clock, and the color green signifies that the time off is approved. To understand how the accruals is set up, let's click on the admin button here and categories and accruals. And here we see different time off categories. So for this discussion, we will select sick leave. We see here the category sick leave with all the options. The accrual enable is set up to yes, which means that this category, the time off is accrued. Accrual yearly date is the date from which every year the time off will start accruing. Show in calendar yes means this particular category time off will be shown to all the users in the team. And show in timesheet means this particular category will be shown in the timesheet as accruals. Count weekends as time off means if the time off falls within the weekend. For example, if the employee has taken the start date of the time off on Friday and ends it on Monday, and if the option is yes, then the weekend will also be counted as a time off. So the employee is effectively taking 4 days time off. If the option is no, the weekends will not be counted as time off. Next, we will discuss how the accruals can be set. To set the accrual, you can click on new accrual button here. Now we already have one accrual set up here, so let's see that one first. Now we have the name and description here. Now the accrual period here can be selected between hourly, daily, weekly, monthly and yearly. In this particular case, it is monthly and it is 8 hours, which means that 1 day a month the sick leave is accrued. So for the whole year it will be 12. Now prodate is checked, meaning that if the employee joins in the middle of the month, the employee will get the accrual for the whole month, or employee will get accrual for the part of the month for which the employee works. For example, suppose the employee joins on the 15th of a month. So if the prodate is checked, the employee will only get 4 hours of time off for that month. And if the prodate is not checked, the employee is going to get the full 8 hours here. The calculated field shows when the accrual will be calculated, at the beginning of the period or the end of the period. In this particular case, the accrual is monthly, so beginning of the period meaning the accrual will be credited to the employee's account on the first of the month. If it had been selected end of the period, it would be credited at the end of the month. For example, say it is selected in the beginning of the period. So suppose the employee has exhausted all the time off for the month of January, and in the beginning of February, say February 2nd, the employee can still take a time off of 8 hours if that beginning of the period is set. But if the end of the period is set, the employee will not get credited for the time off until the end of February, which could be 28th or 29th. Maximum accrual meaning this employee can select an accrual without any limit. This means that the total number of accruals are 12 days per year or 1 day per month. So if the employee doesn't take any sick leave for say from January to November, so when the employee goes to the month of December, the employee has 12 days. However, this can be limited by clicking on the limit, and if we say 48 hours here, that means 6 days. So if we put a limit of 6 days, that means at no time the employee will have more than 6 days accrual for sick leave. And so if the employee has not taken more than 6 days of sick leave, that means they will go away. Same is the case with carryover. Carryover meaning one period to other period, meaning 1 year to other year, how many sick leaves can be carried over. Now some organization may limit it, say that hey, only you can carry over 5 sick leaves or a particular leave from first year to the second year. So this can be set up here. Let's go back to the main screen now, and let's try to explain other features here. Now you can have multiple policies for accrual for the same category. The reason being that you can have your employees in different categories. For example, the apprentice may only get 6 sick leaves per year, but a senior management person can get say 18 sick leaves a year. For doing that, what you do is you add as many accrual policies you want here, and then click on set user accrual and then connect the user to the policy. Say for example, this particular user is connected to monthly 1 sick leave on this particular date. So let's go into editing it, and you can keep adding the accrual policy for various dates for a particular user. Say for example, a user becomes senior in the middle of the year, so you can have 2 accrual policies for the user for 2 different dates. Now let's go back to the same screen again. In addition to accruals, let's try to explain other features we have on this screen. The availability button determines how many sick leaves are available for each employee. So you click on it and see that we have various employees here with different availability. Now this button set availability means that you can set the availability from a particular date. Say for example, a company has implemented OfficeClip time off from 1st of January 2017. So before that, let's say that they were doing this time off using some other means like Excel spreadsheet or some software. So on the 1st January 2017, they will have to bring back all the time offs remaining to the system. So in order to do that, they click on set availability. It gives a warning here, and then it gives you the availability date. And once it is set up, you cannot change it. If you change something here, you have to set it up again. Let's go back to this screen and let's see the button adjustments. So adjustment meaning you can make adjustments on the time off for various reasons. For example, we made an adjustment for this person 2 hours here. The reason being that this person worked some extra hours so that it could be adjusted on their sick leave. So it depends on your company policy whether you want to allow that or not. And in order to change this, all you have to do is click on the adjustments button here, and then you can either do edit or you can add a new adjustments. Now at any point of time, the administrator can see the history of all the time off taken by a particular employee for a category. So this sick leave for this, everything will be given over here from January 1st to whatever the time the employee has taken the time off. it includes the accruals also, it includes all the other time off that has been used, and also the adjustments. This concludes the video of time off and accruals in OfficeClip. Thank you for watching. If you have more questions, please visit our website at officeclip.com or contact us at support@officeclip.com.